Yeah, you should already have a job.
Welcome to Unmasked Musical, the first ever developmental premiere. My name is Michelle Rissy. I'm the writer, composer, and lyricist of this. And the parents will draw a name on Sunday, tomorrow. We'll draw a name to see who can win this awesome poster. Just a few housekeeping items. Please turn off all cell phones and noise devices. And please do not take pictures during the show and use flash photography. This is distracting to the actors. And one new thing we're implementing here, please feel free to take a photo during the curtain call. We love to encourage this, and please post it on social media. Also, we have an Everyone Has a Story photo op, where you can feel free to take pictures and post them on Instagram and Facebook. All right, please sit back, relax, and enjoy Unmasked. Thank you for coming.
The next grant presentation is entitled Everyone Has a Story, examining 2020 while unmasked.
History can be tricky, but what do you want to remember? Do you want it to be warm and tender, or tragic, ensuring attentions to ever hold? Oh, where is the joy in history? Must we remember the worst? It's always compelling to highlight the bad when you know underneath there's a story. Oh, why do they lack a joy for life? Must they just sit there and sulk? It's always compelling to highlight the bad when you know underneath there's a story.
So it's good that you're so passionate, but can you go ahead and tell us about the dig that you went on recently?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, with your initial funding, I was able to go to Times Square, which I guess was once thriving, but that was way before my time. At this point, the area was reduced to mere rubble, and we were able to find all sorts of interesting artifacts.
So what were you able to find? And why did you go all the way to New York City? You know, there are places much closer to our home base in Nova Scotia.
Well, honestly, it would have been much easier to go on a dig way closer to home, but I figured with the asteroid going through Times Square and New York being what it was, the center of the universe, that the artifacts we'd find would be so much richer.
So just what were you able to find?
Let me see. A quarter, a plastic I Love New York bag, and then a mask. And that's when I knew we were onto something. 'Cause when it's unmasked and you see what's inside, you can't help but feel that you're finally alive. Just look at the good and blur out the bad and stop the belief that history's sad. And then we found the most amazing thing. 4 diaries that all gave their own perspective of life during quarantine. Just think, with more funding, we'll be able to go so much more in depth.
I don't know if we can just throw money at this idea so you can go and have some fun.
Hey, look, I'm not saying it wasn't fun and exciting to find these amazing artifacts, but it was still a ton of work.
Okay, so you were able to dig up some artifacts as well as 4 diaries. Well, have you had a chance to look at them?
The presentation I was just giving included a review of the diaries and pointed out that everyone has a story.
I tell you what, I really feel that I need to take a look at these diaries individually. So why don't you leave them with me, and then you can come back and then you can finish your presentation.
Sounds good. Let me present the joy in history by sharing these stories untold. These 4 fresh perspectives will answer it all, and then once and for all shatter history's boring mold.
Oh wow, what do we have here? I guess these stories kind of have a life of their own.
Quarantine life. It's definitely had an effect on the dating scene, making it nearly impossible to find new suitors. Now, this factor has resulted in an upsurge in the rekindling of once seen as undesirable relationships. For News 360, I'm Roger reporting.
Well, we are talking the most epic of jerks. No, the truth is that I just need to be with someone other than my ridiculous roommate right now. Yes, thank you for understanding. It is becoming a dire situation. All I can say is I'm glad that you're married. What? You're getting divorced? Oh, that's rough. Well, I better go. I think I hear her coming. She kind of has no boundaries. Yes, it is becoming a problem. Thanks. Bye. Oh my gosh. So much drama on the work front. What is the gopher up to now? So, he's complaining like a pathetic little bitch. So, anyways, they're trying to get him out of the office so that they can disinfect the building, but he's trying to cite the Constitution as the right to stay put. What's wrong with him? Why won't he just go home? I don't know, I guess he really hates his wife and the office is like his safety net. Well, that sucks for him. I really just need to be with someone real. I'm so sorry. I mean, no offense. What? Oh, I'm just gonna go back to work. That reminds me. I should probably check if my publisher got back to me. Hey, Shauna, do you have a minute? Sure. My conference call just ended. Well, that was fast. What can I say? I'm a great multitasker. Huh? The conversation we just had, I was on mute. So anyways, what's up? Well, I've decided that I need to find a man to hang out with, but I'm not really sure who I should contact. I was thinking maybe Ron, but I'm not sure if he knows that we might be over. Yeah, you could try, but if that doesn't work, we'll have to thumb through my contacts. Ooh, I wonder if Thunder is available. Hold on, Thunder? That can't really be his real name. So, I refer to him as Thunder because when we would... Oh, nope, Shauna, I don't want to know. Just keep trying to help me get in contact with Ron. Maybe I'll text him something breezy, like, hey, how are you surviving the quarantine? Yeah, all right. You could try that, but might I make a suggestion? Oh, come on, it's just a little one. What if you texted something like, hey, I'm lonely, with a kissy emoji? Oh my gosh, Shauna, no! Oh, yikes, he did text back though. Oh, mine's pretty chill. How about you? What do I even say to that? Maybe I'll say something like, that's cool. Hey, I was thinking maybe we could hang out at your place. Are you game if I come by today? Should I be real with him?
Baby, the truth is, I'm lonely as hell. No longer can the CDC, Tiger King, nor Cuomo's daily presses keep me inside during the quarantine. So please don't think for a second that reaching out to you is a form of weakness, when in reality, it's just, I miss you, baby.
Go forth and seize the day.
serve as a mini vacation. But as time goes by, I keep wondering why I must live like a person displaced.
With my one last final flame, one for the ages, one could say. When opportunity knocks, you need to reset those clocks. I might regret this tomorrow, but eliminate the sorrow. Time to satisfy needs, no time to say please. Time for that one last final flame. Just okay? That was a lot for 2 syllables. So, what time did you tell me to meet? Oh, 2 o'clock? Oh my gosh, it's 1:15 and you have to make it all the way to the West Village. Come on. It's time for one last final fling. And victory bells will go ding. No matter the outcome, absolutely not humdrum. You look amazing if he denies that he's crazy. Text or call if you need me. I'll give you a freebie. For all womankind, there's no need to be blind. For that one last final fling. It's time for one last final fling. One for the ages, one could sing. Is it right to exhaust all this progress I've lost? It's time for one last final fling.
Oh man, so how's this gonna go?
Y'all come on in. How's it going?
Oh, hey, Ron. Oh, wait, it used to be disgusting in here. It's so clean. What happened, and what's with the getup?
Well, first off, namaste. And I guess you taught me how to pick up after myself, huh?
Oh, good job, Michelle.
So you're looking exceptionally foxy today. What'd you have in mind coming over here for? We could talk, we could watch some TV, have some snacks.
Oh, any girl's dream.
What's that?
Any girl would kill to have her man ask her if she wants to talk.
Yeah.
But can you tell me why we didn't work out in the first place?
Michelle, I don't want to talk about that.
And that's why it didn't work. Because you never wanted to talk about it.
Couldn't help but wonder why I was back for round 2 of torture. What can I say? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
So my roommates, they all chickened out and they went home.
Wait. So you're telling me that you have all of this community space to yourself now?
Yeah.
What have you been doing with this newfound freedom?
Well, lately I've been doing a lot of meditation, and for this I've developed a new form of meditation. It involves an unspecified period of time, but really just long enough for the person to feel, sufficiently enlightened.
So in layman's terms, it's the opportunity for you to relax and zone out and then refer to it as research.
Michelle, you just don't get it. This is important. I'm doing valuable research.
Well, Okay, so I'm curious then. What have you been doing with your quarantine?
Don't you ever look at my social media status?
No. I did block you back in January when we quasi broke up.
I don't like repeating myself, so.
So just like that, you're not going to talk to me about it?
Shell,
What are you willing to talk to me about?
you just need to calm down. Now look, I mean, I don't miss the days of crowds and full trains and squeezing my way to get noticed. Who needs a mask? Not me. I'm badass. I'm invincible, immune from disease. You're so lucky to know me. You should be pleased. While taking this moment of rest, you could quick genuflect. If you don't, you can float with the breeze. I enjoy acute intelligence. I'm talking to you, lowly one. When something doesn't quite jive, it puts my mind into a bind, and then only one option remains. Just Google it, Google it, Google it, and feel fine. Yeah, just Google it, Google it, Google it, and your knowledge will thrive. I find it rare to compare my intellect to mere men. It's basically rigged and unfair. Because I know how to Google it. Google it. Google it. And feel fine. Just Google it. Google it. Google it. Out of shame you should hide. Now you can see from my art. I come straight from the heart. There's no need to be blue. I'm just superior to you. Just Google it, and you will get by. So, you just need to calm down, you know. I was watching this documentary series on human intelligence. It's called The Intelligence Saga. And I was wondering if you would like to watch an episode of The Intelligence Saga with me.
Sure, I guess.
Great. I'll join you in a minute. First, I need to find some inner peace.
And just how long is that going to take?
Michelle, I told you, meditation has become a large part of my life. Now, just try and be quiet. Respect my process. This is important to me.
You'd think he'd be able to get it together for one night.
Oh no. Do you want to come home? I can send out a fake SOS text.
No, I'm tough. I should be okay to stick it out for tonight.
All right. Well, let me know if you need anything.
I will. I better go. Thanks. Bye. So, Ron, did you find your nirvana?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was having some deep thoughts out there. Let's see. What do we have here? Yeah.
When you need everything,
One day more, another day of dreaded quarantine, another day of self-discovery. What true colors will come forth, a master chef or just a loaf? One day more. Live another day. First class alcoholic.
hello. I would personally like to welcome
One
you to the
day more.
Intelligence Saga, where we are taking time to break down intelligence. Just like neuroplasticity, we believe the brain is like a larger muscle that can be transformed into functioning more effectively. So join me along for the journey of a lifetime and set out to solve what truly determines intelligence in the Intelligence Saga.
There it is.
my phone? I just got a great writing idea.
That's okay. I'm really into this, so.
You can't be bothered. Just wait. Where? No, wait. Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to knock you over like that.
Michelle,
Really?
Michelle, you're just too much. You know? I mean, like the whole reason I'm doing all this meditation is to try and attain a consistent, positive, rhythmic vibration with the universe, man. Ever since you walked through that door, you've been bringing me down.
I said I was sorry. What more do you want from me?
It's okay. It's all right. But I think you're just gonna have to sleep in the other room, and I have to go get some shut-eye. So.
If at the time there wasn't a massive pandemic going on, I would have just booked it straight out of there. I didn't understand how a person could be so foul. The next morning, I awoke to Ron once again showcasing his negative true colors. To get rid of me, he sang me his own derogatory version of Happy Trails. So that was a bit of a downer, but then I realized that I had done it. I had achieved my final fling. You know, the first day of any history class, the question is asked by the instructor, why is it important to study history? And someone inevitably answers to learn from our past mistakes. Well, you think that Ron would have provided me with enough life lessons to steer clear from that sort of idiot. But what can I say? I'm a slow learner.
I spy with my little eye a great loser, and I spy with my little eye something worthless. 1 second, I'll give you a clue. It's my reflection I see coming through. Do I ask for this sadness and strife to be part of my life? How do they all find me? How do they know I'm there? How do they know when they should pounce while gliding through the air? What leads them to surround me, circling me like a fool? Hey, Shauna, I'm back. So, how was the final fling? I don't want to talk about it. Ooh. Well, let me put it to you this way. The fling was flung, but the overall experience was the absolute worst. I think I'm just gonna lay down. All right, well, let me know if you need anything. Thanks. So, are you on any of those dating apps or sites? Maybe. Because you should check your computer, because while you were gone, I heard it dinging away. I know I logged out on my phone, but maybe I'm still on the computer. I'll look. Hold on. This guy, he lives on the Upper West Side. He does charity work to raise awareness for mental health. He is really good looking. And he has a French bulldog to boot. Shauna! This one may be my answer. He seems just like a dream. I had to endure all this hardship and pain to make life interesting. This one is pure perfection. There is no way to fail. Instead, I'll enjoy all the charm that he brings and know that he's the real true thing.
You know what they say, lightning doesn't strike twice. I wonder if we can have another diary that's just as amazing. Well, I guess we shall see.
The rapid rise of the new coronavirus has led to a shortage of hospital ventilators and hospital beds. Patients already inside the hospital and those with procedures scheduled previously are experiencing neglect. Now, this has resulted in makeshift hospital rooms and release dates that are much earlier than anticipated due to the increase in demands for these beds. For News 360, I'm Roger, reporting.
All available staff report immediately to floor 2.
Hey, Terry, it's starting.
What are you talking about?
Look, the virus? You know, at first I thought it may have been a little overblown, but people are really in trouble in here. And you know what is insane? To find out what's going on inside this hospital, we have to watch the national news.
You're right. That is crazy.
March 15th, 2020. At first, I was really excited to go to New York because I really knew there I could get the surgery I needed to stay alive.
Oh, hello. Hello, ma'am. I'm here to check your reading. Violet.
Okay.
Come here off.
Lately, yeah.
Oh. Look at that. You're alive.
What?
How are the nurses treating you?
Oh, they're great. I mean, you know, I don't see them too often, but they're so sweet. I think they're a little stressed.
Oh, that's like them.
Excuse me, what are you doing in here? You were supposed to be in the COVID unit. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Hello, Marcia. The next time I see you, the cancer will have been removed from your body. This is Dr. Spark.
Hello.
He is the specialist that will be operating on you today. Do you have any further questions for him?
Yes. Why did I get cancer? I mean, well, I did everything right. I followed the rules, sometimes so much that I felt like a fool. I was the model of perfection, an object of affection, but I still got the cancer, leading to uncertainty. The question is, why was I obedient? I never reckoned that life would come and raise me with a firm slap on the back. But then the question draws near. Do not delay your fear and eat the cake. Come on, for goodness sake. On that you can't be clear. Better stick it into gear, 'cause you never know what's coming in life. You never know what's coming in life, whether it's pretty, unhappy, or nice. What to expect, what's out on the rise. So if something's enticing, do not think twice.
Tilda's not so large you must smile. I tripped in Maui, the price is like Zowie, it's like Zowie. That chocolatey eclair, too rich to dare.
That beer full of calories.
You should be at the gallery.
What do we have here? Is this what I think is happening? Is this a dream sequence? Well, I need to get up and stretch anyways. Might as well join in the hospital hoedown!
Now grab your partner, ye to the hall. Let's prevent a little blah, blah, blah. Come on. Now swing your partner left to the right. Innovation is a sheer delight. That's right. Now this here's a hospital, let's be real. With this song, there's another appeal.
Well, I'm glad to say you conked out for a couple hours there, Marcia. That medicine must have really done the trick.
So that was all a dream? You mean there wasn't a big hoedown in here with everyone singing and dancing? And...
Definitely not. Can you imagine this place becoming lively?
I should have known better. It's ridiculous to think that this bunch would have even a small percentage of the amount of energy that was present within my dream.
Well, everything else looks good here. I have to go check on the COVID unit.
Oh, before you go, can I ask you a quick question? So I couldn't get a definitive answer, but I don't think you're going to be able to visit me.
Yeah, I called into the nursing station this morning, and I was basically told to stay away. Anything wrong?
No, not really. I'm fine as far as that goes, but hypothetically, if I wasn't, I don't think they'd know in time to do anything. I used to think it was okay not to respond for days and days till I reached the mark where I found it was convenient. But now at last I am confined to a bed, well, all the time I depend upon your rapid response. Response rates do matter, so be mindful when you call on that family, friend, or patient. It's important not to stall. Response rates are crucial. They help cushion you from your fall. We must recognize the need for speed when answering the call.
I can't resist. I feel like dancing. Is that a crime? All right then. I sense a ballroom number. Marcia seems to be pretty good-spirited. I don't think she would mind if I simply joined in. And when it dawns on you what you're going through, to put it plainly, is less than ideal. Why would you stress or wait? Instead, make them feel great. At the very least, make them feel sane. Response rates do matter, so be mindful when you call on that patient who's become a friend with stories to tell.
Response rates are crucial. They help cushion you from your fall. We must stand our calls, for goodness knows.
Trust must come from one and all.
Marcia, you have shown a marvelous recovery. We talked it over in the team. We feel like you're ready to go home and rest and recuperate.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think you would be comfortable releasing me.
Nope, we feel like you are ready to take that next step. Congratulations.
Thanks, I guess. So, what kind of work do we need to do to get me out of here? My life has been a series of bad news and bad dreams, leading me to believe life doesn't contain sunbeams. So what do I do now, once the fight is done? Does life go back to normal? Can I simply run? A day without cancer, a day to be free. Throw caution to the wind. nobody other than me.
Just don't know what to do. Seems pretty clear to me that we need to give all people a chance to tell their stories. What if this was a fluke and these two diaries were super interesting? Yes, would you mind asking Quinn to come back in here?
Sir, you wanted to see me?
So, Quinn, you're asking for funding for an archaeological dig to help uncover stories. But my question is, why can't people just read this from history books?
Well, no, what happened? Weren't the diaries you looked through interesting?
On the contrary, the diaries were great. But the department's funds are running really low, and unless you ended up giving a stellar presentation, this is going to be your last dig.
But with this dig, I'm confident I reached it, observing the unknown, a place where we discovered that needing to be whole, replace tragedy with laughter, find that life is droll, spread the news that everyone is valid with a soul. Everyone has a story, we all need to be heard, giving voice to the voiceless, crucially more than a word. Everyone needs a moment to shine. Everyone has a story, let it come forth and unwind. In the past I was alone with these boring thoughts I owned, being told to teach what's in the textbook. But when we discovered all inside, suddenly I felt alive as we came on these relics from the past of the past.
What will my answer be? Should I say yes? She's so annoying, but nevertheless, she does make a point that history's stale. Don't know what to do, I confess.
But when it's unmasked and you see what's inside, you can't help but feel that we're finally alive.
I still have a day to find out what's best. Is that enough time? I would have to say yes, but I just do not know what we're willing to spend. I'll have to continue my quest.
Just look at the good and blur out the bad, and stop the belief that history's sad. Everyone has a story.
Will my answer be no?
Everyone has a story.
Or yes?
I've gotta write and then write, not just do my best. I've gotta write and then write so I can pass the test. I must do what I must do to make sure history dies. I must do what I must to keep it alive. Keep it alive. Write and write it, keep it alive. I've gotta write and write, don't let it die. Write and write it, keep it alive. I've gotta write and write, don't let it die. I've gotta write and then write, not just do my best. I've gotta write and then write so I can pass the test. I must do what I must do to make sure history thrives. I must do what I must to keep it alive. Keep it alive.
The risk of COVID-19 was quite evident today, as the bull was actually caught wearing a mask. Is this an omen that bad things are to come? Stay tuned for more information on this very topic. And we're back. This is News 360 for NYC, virtually covering all nooks and crannies of the city. I'm Misha Vandella. I'm here to connect you with a special report that will more thoroughly discuss the masked bull and provide an expert opinion of what was intended by this event.
Thanks, Misha. We're here on location on Wall Street. I'm standing in front of the bull. It's an impressive statue, very large, a lot of fabric at the front end. A lot of bull parts off the back end here. Lots to see here. You know, a lot of political opinions have been motivated by this the virus, and the members of our network have really declined to give any kind of a concrete statement at this time. But what I can tell you is, from the consensus in the newsroom and back around the old water cooler, everybody finds it disturbing. Back to you, Misha.
Does this look all right?
Yes, it looks great.
You're not just saying that because you work on commission? All right, I'll get this one. But you have no idea how many squats I had to do to look this good.
Really? You know, I think you would look great at any size.
Too bad my boyfriend Bill wouldn't think so.
Oh, listen to my tale of woe, which simply starts with a fella of extreme intolerance. There once was a boy who was so superficial. He was a definite bro who wanted to go with
me away from a horrible past. But he is the most self-centered human imaginable, and I can't imagine continuing on this way.
And realize it's an impossible, a hopeless way to live.
Been so outnumbered that you just don't feel comfortable saying anything?
Oh, hey babe. I wasn't expecting you home so early.
Yeah, work sent me home in order to be on the safe side. Hey, have you heard of this coronavirus?
Yeah, a little. So that's why you were home early? Did you at least stop by the store and pick us up something to eat?
Actually, no. I was eating at one of those salad places for lunch and they shooed me out. I'm sure we have some salad stuff in the fridge.
It's okay, babe. Don't worry. I'll just order something. Yes, hello. I'd like to order the number 5. Yes, the cheeseburger with the works. And a large helping of fries. Great, thank you.
So, what's the occasion?
What do you mean?
You never order fattening food like this. Come on. I just don't want this to become an everyday occurrence.
Don't worry. I just really wanted some comfort food.
Just don't make a habit of it.
Excuse me? A cheeseburger. I now have to watch what I eat and make sure that it's up to your specifications? I have eaten a salad on more occasions than one. I can no longer graze. For the moment I'm dying to keep up appearances, even quit my job. Went to class, we're all black, became a nasty snob. I wouldn't recognize me, I've become utter scum. But when I look at our picture, understand what I've become. We looked perfect on paper, but that's bound to fade. We had nothing in common, which made us no great. We knew none of the others, we never asked questions. The fact is my preacher heard more at confession. But the question remains, why do I stay? A picture's worth 1,000 words, but memories never fade.
At the moment I fear, she has the perfect bod. Is she prepared to lose that? With the extra way she looked odd, I guess what they'll make her I'll beg. And I really will plead to stop this misery from happening to ask questions. My buddies heard more in text conversations. Damn, we look hot. There's no denying we're not. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but this is not what I thought.
I don't understand how we can be so cruel and show no compassion. Why he's playing the fool? If I want a cheeseburger, there's no need for conniption. If I'm trying to write my happiness prescription, let me eat what I want. That's my prerogative. For once in my life, just let me live. Let me live.
Okay, enjoy, because you'll be working it off for the rest of the week.
How dare you?
May 26th, 2020. I'm afraid that times were getting real bad. Previously, Bill had pressured me to quit my job because he claimed this would give me more time to focus on myself. The fact is, I really liked my old life. I guess my job gave me a sort of identity, but Bill wanted me to be this symbol of perfection. I remember he even went as far as texting me pictures of his ideal woman and emailing me lists of criteria of how to look and act ideally for him at all times. This time during the quarantine marked the lowest point in my life. I guess before I was so distracted by my massive to-do list and by the fact that he was gone for the majority of the day that I was unable to see just how awful Bill was.
Do you mind
Mind what?
taking a break from that box of crackers and putting on something decent for a change?
And what do you suggest I put on? I think I look good in this tracksuit. I think it's European. As they would say, I look jolly good. And besides, none of my other clothes are comfortable.
Whatever happened to the woman that wanted to complete this idea of perfection?
You know what? I'm just gonna go. We need a break. And when you were gone at least half the time, life was at least bearable. But now that you're home 24/7, I just can't stand it. And this new drinking habit of yours is the worst.
Come on, Stace. Don't go. What if I gave Christine a call and set up an emergency counseling session?
All right, that does sound good. But you gotta promise to stop being a complete jerk.
I knew I could get you to stay. I mean, it's pretty difficult to stay angry at me. Hello. This is Bill Halster. I was wondering if you had any availability for an emergency couples counseling session. Okay, good. So, you can squeeze us in then. Crap! Right now? Yeah, I guess that works. It's just a little sudden. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Just go ahead and send me the link, and we'll jump online. So, good news. She has an opening, but it blows that we have to jump online this very second.
Oh, this should be good.
Oh, hello there. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Bill. What seems to be the trouble? Well, there has to be some sort of issue because you just called for an emergency session. That was you, right?
Well, apparently, Stacy's not used to having anyone around.
Well, that could be quite a change for anyone.
So, I have a question. You know how you claim all this psychology crap is a process? I'm just curious. When's this all gonna be done? When are we gonna be fixed? Huh? Riddle me that.
What? I can't believe I didn't see how bad things have really become. So this is going to require individual therapy to get to the level where we can once again safely work with the two of you.
Man, this blows. I thought we were nearing the finish line. Okay, whatever. So, we need individual therapy? Go ahead and let Stacy go first. Let me know if you need me again. Actually, no. I'm just gonna go outside and get some air. So, I'm just gonna sign off.
Okay. Bill, has he left the apartment?
Yeah, he's gone.
Wow. That was intense. I mean, I don't want to be unprofessional or interject my opinions into our session, but let me ask you why you would end up with a guy like Bill in the first place.
Well, he wasn't a horrible alcoholic to begin with. So, I'm originally from farm country in rural Ohio, and I hated my life there. So, as soon as I got enough money, I was out of there like a shot. And I moved to New York. And life in New York was tough. I had to live with like 8 girls just to make rent. And then I met Bill. And at first he adored me and made my life so easy. But as I got more promotions and moved up the corporate ladder, he started to control me more and more. And then COVID happened, and he lost that control. But now he's just miserable and embarrassing to be with. But just to add on to the why question, I thought he was so gorgeous and what success should look like. So when he asked me out, I happily agreed.
So I guess she sort of knew what she was getting into.
Okay, but Stacy, it's pointless for you to be miserable.
Yeah, you're right. I really should just leave. You know, I have this girlfriend who really hates Bill, and she's always asked me to come stay with her just to get away from him.
Yes, so why don't you give that friend a call? Let her know that you'll be crashing on her couch, and leave Bill a note. And hurry. You don't know how long he'll be out there.
All right, thanks. I'm gonna sign off. All right. I guess I'm really doing this. We were perfect on paper, but that's bound to fade. We had nothing in common, which is a pain. We were awfully generic. We never asked questions. This wasn't exactly an ideal situation. It's time to get up and say, bite the bullet and stray. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and it's time to move away.
I knew this was bound to happen, but I just wasn't expecting my life to become this.
It's okay. So Bill made you a perfectionist that can be fixed. Tell me again, what do you think his reaction was when he saw the note and saw you were gone?
I don't know what his reaction was. I'm guessing shocked. I mean, I did everything for him. I made him look perfect. And I was
His arm candy? Come on, you can't deny it. You guys were picture perfect, but something had to give.
yeah, like his personality. I mean, I went to Pilates every day but Sunday for 5 years. And I ate nothing but lettuce. And he even made me go to one of those elocution speech therapists.
Huh?
You know, one of those speech coaches to make sure that I spoke perfectly.
Oh my gosh, that's the worst. You know I've never really liked Bill, but now I hate him. Come on.
Hey, Stace, I'm home. Was that session wild or what? I wonder where she is. What's this? Oh, man. Now what am I supposed to do? Hey, Mom. It's Bill. Bill, your son? Anyways, she's finally had enough. Stacy. You know, the girl I was living with? Anyways, she's gone. Mom, I'm coming out to Jersey for a few days. God, she needs to put her hearing aids in. Talking to her is exhausting. When all you ever wanted was a perky girl, one who could turn heads and do convincing twirls, never wanting her to wear a suit of track, or conspire with your therapist and leave you flat. In this situation, better go and get. It leaves you in the know that you are needing grit. You drink a drop, then you flop, and you just cannot stop until you hit rock bottom. Do not stop and stare. At rock bottom are pictures of despair. Igneous, metamorphic, sedimentary are not the types of rocks that are crushing me.
Rock bottom is the worst, a place from which to burst. You had to get out of that place. But who thought I'd be in a place that's so extreme? This anguish is pushing my soul.
But you're down here way at rock bottom, and you can't decipher which. Igneous or metamorph, all you know is life's the pits.
Thanks, Brittany. I think I'm just gonna write my diary for a little and then hit the hay.
All right, good night.
June 10th, 2020. Well, I must say that Brittany was a joy to live with. Instead of scolding me all the time, she was extremely encouraging. Not to complain or anything, but her lifestyle was a bit unconventional, but oh well. From time to time, Betty, Bill's mother would call me because, frankly, I think that she missed me. She is the one who passed on his unfortunate workplace news to me.
Well, we've decided to terminate you because as a group we think you're way too unpredictable and too much of a risk. We've got no choice but to remove you from the payroll and identify you as a liability.
Hey, Mom, what am I supposed to do with all this crap? And where am I supposed to sleep?
I don't know, Bill. I think there's some stuff in the storage area. You know, you're welcome to sleep on the couch, but Grandma's chihuahua, Pretty, probably peed on it. And we're going to be doing our morning aerobics in there, so you might be a little distracted.
I just got fired. I mean it. Could life get any worse?
Aw, that's too bad, sweetie. I'm sorry, but what can you say? You reap what you sow.
Okay, I found it. Yes, here's the box marked camping supply. Stupid couch. Stupid dog. Stupid Stacy.
Well, I must say you work fast, but I'm glad you were here.
Thanks, Brittany. I don't know what I would have done without you. I probably would have moved back in with my parents in Ohio.
You know you can count on me. Here we go. Perfect. Now you look great for the wedding shower.
Thanks, but I'm not all sweet. You want to know what I did that is the worst?
Honey, I don't think you're capable of bad behavior.
Oh, believe me, this qualifies as bad. So, guess who I sent an invitation to just to make him jealous?
No, you didn't.
What's this? An invitation? Do I need to be reminded of how much my life sucks? That little. So, now she decides to sport something other than a tracksuit. And she's getting married? It's only been 6 months since she walked out on me. And somehow she looks hotter than before. I need a drink. Oh. At rock bottom.
It has been said that the emergence of this so-called coronavirus has led to utter chaos on the family front. Now, Roger, you have a family, right?
Yes.
All right, so how is this time period affecting your family life?
Well, I have to tell you, Misha, I admit, it hasn't had an effect at all. Of course, me and my wife, we have a lot of built-in structure to our days, and so this little indoor period hasn't had a large effect at all.
Great. Sounds like everything's basically under control on this home front. Not to put you on the spot or anything, but why don't you give us a few words of wisdom about how to spend a successful quarantine?
Gosh, Misha, that is tough. Words of wisdom, well, I'd go with words like diligence, determination, dedication.
There you go, folks. The 3 Ds. Wow. With a little diligence, determination, and dedication, You two can have a successful quarantine.
And cut. Great work, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Great.
Keep it up, Raj. The audiences really eat that stuff up.
It's what I do. So. Hi, honey, I'm home. Hey, kids, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Dad.
What did you find to do all day today?
Oh, I just talked to some friends and played computer games.
How did you talk to your friends and play games?
Oh, we kept video shopping all day.
Losers. What did you call me and my friends?
No, you kids, calm down. This is ridiculous. Now, I was just on the news telling everybody what a picture-perfect family I have and how beautifully we're dealing with COVID-19.
Well, why don't you get on the air and apologize?
No, I think that's a horrible idea. I think instead what we should do is just realize it's been a rough patch for these last couple of days, but now we're all together and we're back on track.
Whatever, Dad.
Hey, Raj. Why don't you get off your high horse and realize you can't fix all this with your regimented marker board? We're not the fun traps. You don't have one of those whistle things.
Yeah, Dad, you should really just relax and not worry about us kids. I mean, eventually we'll get tired and eat healthy. For now on, you should just relax. You've had a tough day.
Well, thanks, honey. I really appreciate that, but why do we get the feeling you're putting me on with something here?
I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah.
Hey, whose side are you on anyways? Oh, yeah, Dad.
After this week, you must be exhausted. But don't worry, we'll bring you dinner to your bedroom.
Ooh. Well, I don't mind if I do. You know, I was a little terrified there for just a second, but I think now taking a load off seems like a really great idea. Thanks, honey.
Well, Dad's have sign logs, and I guess I'm kind of on a weird schedule as well. So I think I'm gonna take a nap before dinner. Okay?
That'll be fine, honey. I'll call you when dinner's ready.
At first, COVID-19 was thought by many to bring the threat of a common cold. But after witnessing some deaths of people who weren't thought to be decrepit or old, that thought was abolished, and masks were required. That's when people began to view this situation as dire. But many felt relief that life would slow down, diminishing the risk of leading a person to drown with to-do lists so extensive, leading one to give up, and often to realize they don't give up.
I can't believe how wonderful I feel. Finding my dreams are finally real. In spite of the sadness right here in the world, I can't just sit serve no want.
Hi kids, dinner. In about 5 minutes. No, listen, I haven't received any emails from any of your teachers. I mean, I assume that school is canceled because your father's been telling us to stay home on the past 3 days, and he's on the news. So what do you think? Do you want to get in touch with any of your teachers?
Quite honestly, I believe we should leave our teachers alone.
Yeah, Mom. Like, I bet they're just so busy that I highly doubt they want to hear from their straight-A students.
Really, I don't want to add to their high level of anxiety. The day's up to me. I will decide who to be. No longer will I let them all me. It's my time to be super bold and make my mark on society by doing exactly as I please.
Why don't you take this quarantine to rest up and catch up on your sleep?
Hey, Mom, you're blocking the screen.
That sounds like a super boring idea. Have you ever heard of the Latin phrase carpe diem?
No.
I didn't think so. So in school we learned that carpe diem means to seize the day. So in other words, why slump into a bed when this is the perfect opportunity to eat junk food, talk with friends, and if extremely late at night? Oh, Mom!
What?
Well, you don't have to sound so defensive. I actually think you're gonna like what I'm going to say.
Really?
Yes, really. I mean, for school we have to do this big presentation on a historical period, and I mean, it's all gonna be presented on a computer. But I just want mine to be really, really memorable.
Memorable?
Yes, memorable. I mean, I want to add sound effects. I have composed some catchy tunes, and of course, there's going to be interpretive dance moves all ready to go.
Wow. Well, this sounds super elaborate. Well, why don't you present on the Civil War or World War II? You know, swing dance. You could have In the Mood in the background. Da 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 da.
Ew. That's cringe, Mom. World War II? Really? So, are you going to help me or not?
I didn't realize you were asking. Now, of course I'll help you. But I still think you should create a presentation on World War II. You know, get a poster board. Call it a day.
That is such a mom thing to say.
Hello students, good morning. All right, first class, welcome. Almost everyone's here, so that's good. As you all know, today is presentation day. I know many of you are just anxious to get it over with, so who would like to go first? Okay, Melissa, would you like to go?
Yes, thanks for asking. I thought I had to start doing cartwheels to get noticed. So, anyways.
So, which historical period will you be presenting on today?
Well, the historical period that I will be presenting on isn't really considered history just yet. I'll tell you what, leave it to be a surprise and you'll catch on before you even know it.
Okay, if that's how you want it, but Melissa, this was supposed to be about a period in American history. But please, go ahead.
Oh, man, this presentation is guaranteed to be a trip. I can't wait to see what she comes up with.
Will take you on a journey where you will relive, well, I don't know if you really want to relive the quarantine, so, sorry about that. I mean, it's not like we finished yet, it's not like they're gonna have a reenactment of each new strain. Passing time in the time was simple at first. Passing time in the time was something you needed rehearsed. There was lots of cheer and good times were here. Passing time in the time started out as mere fun. The quarantine was a major threat to the way of life. There were many weapons. I'm not gonna lie, it was a mouth. If I still have times out, pretty wild. So, with all the happiness in the world, it seems like it was impossible for things to go wrong. But let me introduce you to my friend named Karma. What's that you say? You say you're angry? Well, what can I say? Karma must have not been feeling well that day. Oh, how I miss the days of old. You'll never know. I can't muster up the strength to bake a cake. Depression takes a toll that's causing me to big time lose control of future hopes and dreams. But what's a girl to do? Just sit and wait for fate to intervene.
Wow, I must applaud you. That certainly was theatrical.
But Miss Anderson, I wasn't finished.
Okay, Melissa, you're way over time. But can you make it quick?
Oh, absolutely. It's just, I had this very dramatic finish plan, so quarantine,
peers.
I have one. Let's see if I can put this into a language you might understand. That was unique.
Well, I guess you learn something new every day. Erica, I didn't know you spoke any other languages.
I never said that I did.
So, did you enjoy my presentation?
You know, Melissa, your enthusiasm was unmatched. However, I feel like you didn't even attempt to complete the assignment correctly.
So, in other words, my grades are really gonna take a hit?
Well, your presentation was certainly untraditional, but I'm afraid it's inevitable for your grade to suffer. I mean, the highest grade I could give you is a C+, and that's being incredibly generous.
Oh man, I really thought I nailed it. I mean, including interpretive dance moves? Come on!
I mean, there's no denying that this presentation was incredibly creative. But if you would like to talk about your grade any further, you are welcome to come talk to me during my office hours.
And I bet that's also on a computer. I am so sick of being one-dimensional and only being able to speak from a box.
I'm sorry, that's just the way it is right now. Now, who would like to present next?
I would. I'm doing mine on the Civil War, and I have a slide presentation to go with it. Can you give me permission to share my screen, please?
Oh, sure.
Okay, Miss Anderson, I have to go.
Are you sure, Melissa? You might learn something, or at least see what a regular presentation looks like.
I just can't. I'm too upset right now. Mom!
I can't believe that the presentation that I had worked so feverishly on was a major failure. What a disappointment. I was just trying to bring a little joy to my fellow classmates by presenting something that was a little unconventional. Heck, I am so bored that I guess I created that presentation to keep hope alive because, quite honestly, I was nearing the end of my rope.
What's wrong, Bill? Well, aren't you supposed to be in class?
Yeah.
Well, you worked so hard on your presentation. You got a chance to present.
Yeah, I presented.
Well, what's wrong?
Well, the teacher said that I didn't follow the directions, and the highest grade I could get would be a C+. And she added I was being incredibly generous.
That is rough. Well, what were the other presentations like?
Not to be over emotional or anything, but I couldn't even watch. I had to leave. The girl who went after me was presenting at the Civil War using I can hardly even say it, a PowerPoint.
It's gonna be okay. When your father and I learned we were having a girl, we couldn't wait to dress you in diamonds and pearls. But as you grew older, we knew that your path would be different. That's true. And now we're inside, where boredom resides. It looks like we're stuck here. We'll try to get by.
I can't be boxed in any longer. My mind sure won't get any stronger. I've had all again, that sounds great. I want to return to the world I once knew. Back in a place where flowers once grew. I can't be boxed in any longer. Our minds are longer than be stronger. We've had all that we can take. There is so much left at stake. We can't be boxed in any longer. Please just stop. I am super fatigued. I'm trying to learn through these screens. It's time for the day where I simply can say that I no longer need a mask. We can't be boxed in any longer. Our minds sure won't get any stronger. We've had all that we can take. There is so much left at stake. We can't be boxed in any longer. No longer contained by a box.
Mel, Jasmine, I just got email. Listen to this. Due to declining cases and the risk of COVID-19 transmission, school will be resuming in person starting Monday.
Wait, are you serious?
I guess that means late night gaming sessions are quick to end.
But that's not a huge loss. Can you believe it? We're finally back!
Would you please call Quinn back in now? I was able to sufficiently examine the diaries.
Oh, hello again. So, what did you think? Pretty amazing, right?
Well, I feel bad. I guess I never knew how many different stories and perspectives there were about different time periods. We have not come up with a funding answer for certain, so why don't you go ahead and finish your presentation, and then we will make our final decision.
Well, I'm sad the department isn't immediately able to see the merit and extreme importance about uncovering these artifacts about history. I guess I have no choice but to continue the fight and convince you that life is a collection of moments, and these moments are what make up these stories. And it's important to remember as many stories because moments lead to days unplanned. Sometimes we need to just breathe to understand what's important. At times you have to believe to understand that history can be a type of mystery. We remember the bad and poignantly sad. It's time to let in the day, melt sadness away. Let gladness be all that remains. This class discovered a gold mine of artifacts in an area once referred to as Times Square. During the archaeological dig, distinct information about the historical period known as the quarantine was uncovered in the documentation of 4 diaries. It is crucial to continue funding digs such as these to enable our students, but most importantly, for society to view this not only as a time that was plagued with death and sickness, but a time where many romantic relationships were halted, patients experiencing routine hospitalization found they were suddenly ignored, a time where superficiality thrived, and a time where the dynamics of family life were altered completely. To understand that history can be a type of mystery. We remember the bad and poignantly sad. It's time to let in the day, melt sadness away. Let gladness be all that remains. Everyone has a story. We just need to be heard. Everyone has a story. Just say more than a word. Everyone has a story. We just need to be heard. Everyone has a story. Just say more than a word. Moments lead to days unplanned. Sometimes we need to just breathe to understand what's important. At times you have to believe to understand that history can be a type of mystery. We remember the bad and poignantly sad. It's time to let in the day, melt sadness away. Let gladness be all that remains. 'Cause when it's unmasked and you see what's inside, you can't help but feel that you're finally alive. Just look at the good and blur out the bad and stop the belief that history's sad. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a story.
As a committee, we've come to the conclusion that it's essential to uncover more stories like these. So, we're setting up a special fund for an annual dig to occur.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's continue to find the story.